आज हामी कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सनको स्टडी गर्दै छौं। कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन र डिसकन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन यो दुईटाको डिफरेन्सको बारेमा बुझ्नुपर्छ। सबभन्दा पहिला कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन भनेको बीचमा कुनै पनि जम्प नभएको, यसमा ब्रेकडाउन नभएको र त्यस्तो खालको फंक्सन चाहिँ हाम्रो कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन हो। स्मूथ कुनै स्टार्टिङ पोइन्टबाट एन्डिङ पोइन्टसम्म स्मूथ कर्भ गएको छ भने अथवा त्यो कर्भको हरेक पोइन्टमा हाम्रो भ्यालु एक्जिस्टेन्स छ भने त्यो फंक्सनलाई हामी कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन भन्छौं। जुन स्मूथली एउटा सर्टेन पोइन्टबाट अर्को पोइन्टसम्म अथवा कर्भमा दिएको असाइन गरेको कर्भमा चाहिँ समथिङ भ्यालु एक्जिस्ट गर्छ, त्यो टाइपको फंक्सन नै हाम्रो कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन हो। जस्तै कुनै एउटा स्टेसनबाट प्यासेन्जरहरू गाडीमा गइरहेका छन्, मुभिङ गरिरहेका छन् भने त्यो स्टपबाट स्टार्टिङ स्टपबाट स्टेसनबाट अर्को त्यो स्टेसन उसको डेस्टिनेसन नपुगेसम्म सिंगल एउटै गाडीमा गइरहनु भनेको कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन हो। र सपोज मानौ कि यदि त्यो गाडीमा डिफरेन्ट यो आफ्नो स्टेसनबाट त्यो मान्छेहरू पिपुलहरू त्यहाँबाट मुभिङ भइरहेको छ, गाडीभित्र मान्छेहरू छन्, गाडी गइरहेको छ, बीच बाटोमा गाडी बिग्रियो र बिग्रिएपछि त्यो गाडी काम लागेन। अब नेक्स्ट गाडी चाहिँ शिफ्ट गर्नुपर्ने भयो भने नेक्स्ट गाडीमा त्यो मान्छेहरू चढेर त्यहाँबाट आफ्नो स्टेसनमा जानु भनेको त्यहाँनेर हाम्रो के देख्यौं हामीले, त्यसमा जम्प ब्रेक देख्यौं हामीले, चाहिँ बीचमा हाम्रो चेन्ज भयो, फंक्सन चेन्ज भने जस्तै हाम्रो गाडी चेन्ज भयो। सो यसरी चेन्ज हुनु अथवा कुनै जम्प हुनु अथवा कुनै एउटा सर्टेन पोइन्टमा त्यो ब्रेकडाउन हुनु भनेको दैट इज नट अ कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन। सो इट इज कॉल्ड डिसकन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन। सो कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सनको एभ्री पोइन्टमा हाम्रो हरेक भ्यालुहरू एक्जिस्ट हुन्छ, त्यसमा भ्यालुहरू राख्न सक्छौं। यदि x को भ्यालु हामीले त्यहाँ सर्टेन भ्यालु राख्यौं भने वी फाइन्ड आउट द भ्यालु अफ y। र डिसकन्टिन्युअस फंक्सनमा सर्टेन एउटा स्पेसिफाइड पोइन्टमा हामीले भ्यालु राख्यौं भने त्यो फंक्सनले कुनै पनि भ्यालु दिँदैन। सो इट डज नट टेक एनी भ्यालु वेयरएभर इफ द फंक्सन इज डिसकन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन। सो एभ्री पोइन्टमा हाम्रो यो फंक्सन चाहिँ यदि भ्यालु फंक्सनको भ्यालु चाहिँ हाम्रो एक्जिस्टेन्स भएन भने, भ्यालु आएन भने दैट इज डिसकन्टिन्युअस। एन्ड एभ्री पोइन्टमा चाहिँ so every value, if the function is satisfied for all values over there, then it is said to be continuous function. So for continuous function there should be three types of value. So one is left hand limit and right hand limit and functional value of the function at the specified point. If three values are equal, then this type of function is said to be continuous function. So let's write the function fx is said to be a continuous function at ax is equal to a if this is limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to f of a. That is, so we can see this condition over here. If this condition is satisfied, then that type of function is said to be continuous function. So here this means left hand limit, this means right hand limit, plus indicate right hand limit, minus indicate or represents left hand limit. F of a means it is the functional value at x is equal to a. So if all conditions are equal, or limiting value of this function when x tends to a from left side is equal to limiting value of this function or assigned function when x tends to a from right side or equal to f of a, value of the function at the given point, all are equal, then this type of function is said to be continuous function. Or we can say that this is the limiting value and this is the limiting value of the given function. So we can write down limiting value is equal to functional value. If these two values are equal, then it is said to be continuous function. Otherwise, this function becomes discontinuous function. So this limit means it gives the limiting value of that function, and f of a means it is the functional value. So these two type of value should be equal. So this is the definition of continuous function. So if it is not satisfied, if the limit is not equal to and or f of a is not equal to, then this type of function is discontinuous function. So types of discontinuous function also. Discontinuous function. If the function is not continuous, then it is discontinuous function. So for this, there are two types of discontinuous function. So one is ordinary function, ordinary discontinuous function. So one is ordinary discontinuous function. Discontinuous function. So in this function we have, so write down the definition. If limit extends to a minus fx is not equal to limit extends to a plus fx is equal to f of a, then this type of function is ordinary discontinuous function. Ordinary discontinuous function. यसमा चाहिँ लिमिट नै बराबर हुँदैन, हाम्रो फंक्शनल भ्यालु बराबर कुनै एउटासँग फंक्शनल भ्यालु बराबर भए पनि यदि लिमिट नै बराबर भएन भने यस्तो टाइपको फंक्शन चाहिँ ordinary discontinuous function हो. So next type मा हाम्रो left hand limit of this function र left hand limit of this function, they are not equal. So in this case we say that this is the discontinuous function. So this is now another type of function is removable discontinuous function. Removable discontinuous function. So if for this, if limit extends to a minus fx is equal to limit extends to a plus fx is not equal to f of a, then this type of function is removable discontinuous function. This type of removable discontinuity function can be removed by redefining the given function. So it can be removed, that's why it is said to be removable discontinuous function. So here is, we can see that limiting value of this function when extends to a minus and limiting value of this function when extends to a plus should be equal, but the functional value should not be equal. Function value may be different. So this is the value which is different from limiting value of this function. So such type of discontinuous is known as removable discontinuous function. So this type of function, discontinuous function can be removed by redefining the given function, So this is the step for how to redefine this function. So if we are able to redefine the given function and or we can remove the function, then it will be the removable discontinuity. We can make it continuous by removing the certain element or this functional value of this function In this way, we can find out the continuous function from the discontinuous function. So for this, we should redefine the given function and we can obtain the continuous function from this type of discontinuous function. So this is removable, which can be removed easily. So that's why its name is removable discontinuous function. So this is ordinary type of function and this is removable type of function. So especially the long question is related with removable discontinuous function. So be careful. It is the condition for removable discontinuous, and such type of removable discontinuity can be removed by redefining the above function or given function. Okay, the student tests the continuity or discontinuity of the function. So we have one of the function here, 1 upon 1 minus x at x is equal to 1. So this is the function and this is the fraction, and for fraction, so if you put the value of x over here, then we get 1 minus 1, 0, and 1 upon 0 means it will be infinity. So what will this one? Now let's check solution. So at x is equal to 1 or for x is equal to 1, f of 1 is equal to 1 upon 1 minus 1. So it will be 1 by 0 and it is infinity. Some finite number upon 0 means it is infinity. So x is equal to 1 दिएको हुनाले हामी पहिला सबभन्दा पहिला डाइरेक्ट 1 पुट गर्छौं. दिएको जहाँ x छ, it is replaced by 1, then it becomes infinity, which does not exist. Which does not exist. It is not a finite value. यो कुनै एउटा फाइनाइट भ्यालु, डेफिनिट भ्यालु होइन, युनिक भ्यालु होइन, जुन एक्जिस्ट हुँदै हुँदैन र यस्तो इन्फिनिटी टाइपको फंक्सन कहिले पनि कन्टिन्युअस हुँदैन. सो यस्तो टाइपको फंक्सनलाई x इज इक्वल टु 1 मा हामी कर्व अथवा ग्राफ ड्रा गर्न सक्दैनौं. ग्राफ ड्रा गर्न नमिल्ने फंक्सन हाम्रो कहिले पनि कन्टिन्युअस फंक्सन हुँदैन. सो इफ द भ्यालु डज नट एक्जिस्ट, सल्युसन डज नट एक्जिस्ट, यदि कुनै सल्युसन आउँदैन भने this type of function becomes discontinuous function. It is not a continuous function, which is not a finite value. We can't plot the graph by this solution. So function fx is discontinuous function at x is equal to 1. Actually, continuous or discontinuous for this type of function, we should check either left-hand limit, right-hand limit, and functional value. So these three types of value we have to obtain. So for this, यसमा left-hand limit, right-hand limit, र functional value तीनटा स्टेप मा देखाउनु पर्ने क्वेशन मा. First of all, we can check it out for functional value. x is equal to 1 डाइरेक्ट लर यसमा पुट गर्ने, यसलाई हामी फंक्शनल भ्यालु भन्छौं. र यो फंक्शनल भ्यालु x 1 हुँदा कस्तो रिजल्ट आउँछ त्यहाँबाट यसले डिटरमाइन गर्छ इफ दे एक्जिस्ट अर नट. यदि एक्जिस्ट हुन्छ भने वी क्यान obtain another limiting value also हामीले फाइन्ड गर्नुपर्छ यो फंक्सनको. यदि यो भ्यालु नै सल्युसनै एक्जिस्ट हुँदैन भने लिमिट यो फंक्सनको लिमिटिङ भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्दैन. त्यसैले अब भ्यालु नै एक्जिस्ट नभएपछि, कुनै एउटा सर्टन भ्यालु नै नआएपछि, फिक्स भ्यालु नआएपछि, this type of function is discontinuous function and there is not necessary to show other steps like left hand limit and right hand limit. So we have another question, fx is equal to x square minus 9 divided by x minus 3 at x is equal to 3. यसमा पनि हामी लिमिटहरु नराखिकन सिधै x is equal to 3 लरे यसमा राखौं. Value of that function, what will be the value of this function when x is equal to 3? x 3 लगेर x को ठाउँमा x is replaced by 3 गरौं. यसको आन्सर के आउँछ हेरौं. So its solution is for x is equal to 3 or when x is equal to 3. Now f 3 is equal to 3 square minus 9 divided by 3 minus 3. So x is replaced by this 3 and this becomes 9 minus 9 0 and 3 minus 3 is 0. Is this any finite number? Is this any definite number, or what does it give? What will be the solution from 0 by 0? As you know that 0 by 0 is indeterminate form, which is unsure value, or it is the situation of uncertainty. So surely or certainly we can't say there is something value obtaining by 0 by 0. So which is indeterminate form, actually indeterminate form. Hence function fx is discontinuous at x is equal to 3. So if indeterminate form comes in the solution, then this means it is also uncertain value. So we are not sure that this is one of the solution. That's why this is not exact solution. So that's why it is indeterminate form, and it concludes that function fx is discontinuous at the point. Now we move for solution. So x is equal to 2. So what will happen if the x is replaced by 2? So if you put down 2 over here, then it will get, so actually x minus 2 means, so by definition we can write it x minus 2 is there are two types of value x minus 2. If x is greater than or equal to 2, and this is minus x minus 2 if x is less than 2. So this is by definition. x मोडुलस x minus 2 को दुईटा भ्यालु हुन्छ हाम्रो। यो दुईटा भ्यालुमा यदि 2 अथवा 2 भन्दा ग्रेटर भ्यालु हामीले यहाँ राख्यौं भने 2 राख्दा 0 हुन्छ, यसबाट आउने भ्यालु 0 हुन्छ। अनि 2 भन्दा ग्रेटर 3 राख्यो भने 3 minus 2 positive, so it will be positive value. And if 2 भन्दा सानो भ्यालु यहाँ राख्यो भने के हुन्छ, माइनस जस्तै 2 भन्दा सानो भ्यालु भनेको 1, यहाँ जस्तै 1 राख्यो भने 1 minus 2 minus 1, and minus 1 minus means it is plus. So in any case, for all case we obtain the positive value for this condition. That's why if you find the limiting left hand limit or right hand limit or functional value, anything it may be, so it will be 2 minus 2 0. So it is not necessary to check this value. So first of all, for x is equal to 2, so equal to 2 means this one, equal to 2, this is the functional value, this is the criteria for functional value. So for equal to 2 we should write down this one. So fx is equal to modulus x minus 2 means x minus 2, so it is x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. Equal to 2 को लागि हाम्रो मोडुलस भनेको x minus 2 हुन्छ, equal to को लागि. So modulus x minus 2 means x minus 2, and here is, if you put the value of this one at x is equal to 2, so write down f of 2, value of x is 2, so 2 minus 2 divided by 2 minus 2, so this is 0 by 0, again which is indeterminate form, which does not give any certain value. So the function is discontinuous. Discontinuous function at x is equal to 2. So in this way we can show either it is discontinuous or continuous. So for this we have to write down directly value of x2 in this function, and finally we get 0 by 0, and it concludes that, or this result shows that fx is discontinuous function at x is equal to 2. हामीसँग यो क्वेशन छ function. There are two type of function for this condition and for this condition. यदि x को भ्यालु 2 भन्दा ग्रेटर छ भने चुज दिस फंक्शन. यदि x को भ्यालु 2 अथवा 2 भन्दा सानो अथवा इक्वल छ भने, smaller or equal छ भने, we have to choose this one, and we have to test this function either continuous or discontinuous at x is equal to 2. This is the specified point. So for this function it is continuous or discontinuous. How to check? So first of all, we should write down the left hand limit. Left hand limit पहिला पत्ता लगाउने. Left hand limit is limit x tends to 2. The point should be 2. हामीसँग clearly x को भ्यालु 2 दिएको छ. त्यसैले यहाँनेर 2 लेखौं र लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट को लागि रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्नलाई माथि टपमा माइनस लेखौं. So it is the symbol for left hand limit. So the function limiting value of this function when x tends to 2 from left side. And here is limit x tends to 2 minus, and the function should be chosen from this criteria. So if you see the criteria, the value of x is less than 2. So it means value of x is less than 2. 2 भन्दा सानोको लागि हामी x is less than 2 यो क्राइटेरिया हेर्छौं र यो क्राइटेरियासँग मिल्ने corresponding functional value is 2 minus x square. So fx should be this one because this is the criteria which matches this function 2 minus x square. यो फंक्शन चुज गरौं. यसको आधारमा x को भ्यालु 2 भन्दा सानो हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले हामीले यसको सीधा फंक्शन चुज गर्नुपर्छ. 2 minus 2 square. So value of x is 2. So minus, don't write this minus. This is only symbol for left hand side. So write down only 2 over here. So 2 square and 2 minus 4 means minus 2. So left hand limit or limiting value of this function from left hand side is minus 2. Similarly, we should find out the right hand limit. Right hand limit is limit x tends to 2 plus fx, limit x tends to 2 plus, and for this condition x tends to 2 plus means x should be greater than 2. x को value 2 भन्दा ठूलो हुनुपर्छ. So there is a relation between x and 2, and the relation is x greater than 2, and the symbol is here x greater than 2. So first of all, look the criteria, this condition. So for this condition we have to choose this function. So fx should be this one. fx हाम्रो fx को ठाउँमा हामीले x minus 4 राख्नु पर्छ र x को ठाउँमा 2 राख्दा it will be 2 minus 4 and finally minus 2. So कुन फंक्शन चुज गर्ने भन्ने कुराको यसले डिटरमाइन गर्छ. 2 प्लस को मिनिङ हो ग्रेटर देन 2 र ग्रेटर देन 2 द भ्यालु अफ x इज अलवेज ग्रेटर देन 2. 2 भन्दा जहिले ठूलो हुन्छ भन्नेबित्तिकै यसको करेस्पोन्डिङ भ्यालु this will be the corresponding value. So fx should be this one. fx को प्लेसमा हामी x minus 4 राख्छौं र भ्यालु x limiting value substitute गर्दा we get this value. And another result is our is functional value. Functional value is, so functional value means f2. directly हामी x को ठाउँमा डाइरेक्ट 2 लेख्छौं. यसलाई हामी functional value भन्छौं र 2 यसमा राख्ने कि यसमा राख्ने, which one is suitable for x is equal to 2 or functional value. So for this we have to see the x is equal to 2. here is equal to, यसमा equal to हेर्नु पर्छ. So equal to 2 मा equal भएको कन्डिसन हाम्रो यो छ, यतापटि equal छैन. So for this equal to, यो equal sign ले गर्दा we have to take this one 2 minus x square, and for the place of x we should write 2. x को ठाउँमा हामी 2 राख्छौं र 2 minus 4 गर्दा it will be minus 2. So in this way for functional value we should write down exactly 2. This means exactly 2. So here is the number 2. So the from left side, the any value of x is nearer to 2 from left hand side and it is less than 2, and from right hand side any value which is greater than 2 which is nearer to 2, and the functional value means this point. So exactly the value of this function at x is equal to 2 we can find out this way, and we can see that this is the answer. This is the left hand limit and this is right hand limit and this is functional value. All values are equal, minus 2, minus 2, minus 2. So all values are equal, that's why the function is continuous. Since limit x tends to 2 minus fx is equal to limit x tends to 2 plus fx is equal to f2. All values are equal. This left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to f2 or functional value. So function fx is continuous at x is equal to 2. So in this way we can test the given function is continuous or discontinuous, and we say that this function is continuous because both limiting values are equal and functional value are also equal. So from this reason we can say that this is the continuous function. Okay, again we are going to test this function is continuous or discontinuous at x is not equal to 0. हामीले continuous अथवा discontinuous शो गर्नको लागि कुनै एउटा स्पेसिफाइड पोइन्ट हुनुपर्छ, तर यहाँ पोइन्ट छैन, 0 हुँदैन भनेको छ. That means this function becomes continuous or discontinuous except x is equal to 0. x is equal to 0 बाहेक अरु रिमेनिङ पोइन्ट्सहरुमा यो कन्टिन्युअस अथवा डिस्कन्टिन्युअस के हुन्छ भनेर हामीले चेक गर्नुपर्ने छ. र यसको लागि हामीलाई स्पेसिफाइड पोइन्ट इक्वल चाहिन्छ. सो एक्सेप्ट 0 बाहेकको अरु सबै रियल नम्बरलाई हामीले सर्टन एउटा भेरिएबल भनेर मानौ यसको लागि. सो नाउ लेट x is equal to a. x is equal to a भनेर हाम्रो गिवन पोइन्ट. This is the value or given point. Be a point which is not 0, where a is not equal to 0. a भनेको कुनै एउटा पोइन्ट हो. कुनै एउटा पोइन्ट यहाँ 1 राख्न पाइयो, 2 राख्न पाइयो, 3 राख्न पाइयो, -1, -2, -3 कुनै एउटा पोइन्ट राख्न पाइयो. तर a को ठाउँमा 0 राख्न मिलेन. हामीले जुन भ्यालु राख्दै छौं यो 0 भन्दा बाहेकको नम्बर चाहिँ हामी यसमा राख्न पाउँछौं. सो a नेभर 0, दैट मीन्स नेभर 0. यसमा यो फंक्शनमा भ्यालु पुट गर्नको लागि दैट इज इक्वल टु a, दैट्स देयर शुड बी इक्वल. यो दुईटा रिलेसनको बीचमा इक्वल हुनुपर्छ. र अरु रिमेनिङ भ्यालुको लागि एक्सेप्ट 0 all भ्यालुजको लागि हामी a मान्छौं. सो फर दिस पोइन्ट वी क्यान फाइन्ड आउट द लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट. सो राइट डाउन लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड limit is now limit x tends to a minus fx, and it will be limit x tends to a minus, and fx means there is only one fx. So write down 1/3x. fx भनेको एउटै छ सिंगल, a लेख्ने. लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट को लागि हामी देखाउँदै छौं र x को ठाउँमा a राख्दा we get 1/3. Similarly, we have to find right hand limit also. Right hand limit, and this limit is obtained by like this. So this is the notation or representation. So we can denote the right hand limit by like this. So limit x tends to a plus fx means we have the same function, only one function. So write down 1/3x, and for in the place of x we can write down a. This x is replaced by a. This is the limiting value, right hand limiting value of this function. And functional value of a, direct we can write down a. x को place ma a राख्दा we get what will get 1/3a. So this will be 3 times a. So 1/3a. So as you look the result of this all limiting value and functional value, then this is the limiting value, this is the limiting value, this is functional value. So all this limiting value, both limiting value and function value are equal. This equal to this equal to this. That's why. So this is equal. So as limit x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit x tends to a plus fx is equal to fa. So all values are equal. This is left hand limit, this is right hand limit, this is functional value. If all are equal, then we can say that so given function is continuous at x is not equal to 0. 0 बाहेकको अरु जुनसुकै पोइन्टमा पनि यो फंक्सन कन्टिन्युअस हुन्छ एउटै पोइन्टमा कन्टिन्युअस हुँदैन that point is 0 so in this way we can solve and we have to show 3 steps one is left hand limit another is right hand limit and another is functional value so by looking these 3 steps if the values or results are equal then we can conclude like this either it is continuous or discontinuous okay we have this question so this is the function and there are two types of function for this condition and for this condition so for x is not equal to 3 ko lagi we have to choose this one and for x is equal to 3 ko lagi we have to choose this function and function is continuous it is already given by the question function continuous cha yo x is equal to 3 भन्ने point ma continuous cha so using this condition we have to find the value of k हामीले k को भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्छ सो यो वेबाट हामी क्वेशन सल्भ गर्दा अब हाम्रो स्टेप्सहरु के हुन्छ सो कन्टिन्युअस सो व्हाट डज इट मीन सो कन्टिन्युअस मीन्स इट्स लिमिटिङ भ्यालु एन्ड फंक्शनल भ्यालु बोथ शुड बी इक्वल सो वी हैव टु फाइन्ड आउट द लिमिटिङ भ्यालु एज वेल एज फंक्शनल भ्यालु हामीले लिमिटिङ भ्यालु र फंक्शनल भ्यालु दुवै निकाल्छौं यसको लागि कन्टिन्युअस को लागि and if they are equal continuous भन्ने बित्तिकै we can write down the equal condition so for this condition from this condition we can find out the value of k so write down the limiting value of fx is यो फंक्शन को लिमिटिङ भ्यालु निकाल्छौं हामी चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ लिमिट मात्र लेख्ने x tends to 3 of fx and limit x tends to 3 and fx को ठाउँमा हामी आइदर यो अथवा के चुज गर्छौं लिमिटिङ भ्यालु भन्ने बित्तिकै x tends to 3 so this means x is not equal to 3 but x should be nearer to 3 को एकदम नजिकको भ्यालु हामीले भन्न खोजेको हो एक्ज्याक्ट 3 चाहिँ होइन so we have to choose x is not equal to 3 for this case not equal to 3 सँग बराबर हामीले लिन पाउँदैनौं यो लिमिटिङ भ्यालु हो यसले जहिले पनि एप्रोक्सिमेट भ्यालु दिन्छ 3 को नजिकैको कुनै नम्बर यो हुन सक्छ but it is not exactly 3 that's why for this condition we can choose this function so fx को ठाउँमा हामी 2x square minus 18 divided by x minus 3 राख्न सक्छौं यो राख्न सक्छौं fx को ठाउँमा हामी यो कन्डिसन राख्न सक्छौं चुज गर्दा हामी यसरी चुज गर्छौं यो लिमिटिङ भ्यालु हो लिमिटिङ भ्यालुमा कहिले पनि इक्वल लिनु हुँदैन नट इक्वल टु हेर्नु पर्छ नट इक्वल टु मीन्स इट हैज टु कन्डिसन आइदर x ग्रेटर देन 3 or x लेस देन 3 यो कन्डिसन पनि हुन सक्छ यो कन्डिसन पनि हुन सक्छ यसको मिनिङ हो लिमिटिङ भ्यालु अफ दिस फंक्शन सो नट इक्वल टु 3 मीन्स आइदर ग्रेटर देन मीन्स इट गिव्स राइट ह्यान्ड लिमिट and less than means it gives left hand limit so हामी छुट्टा छुट्टै लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट र राइट ह्यान्ड लिमिट यहाँबाट शो गर्नु पर्दैन एउटै नट इक्वल टु को लागि हामी लिमिटिङ भ्यालु निकाल्छौं so here we can see the form 0 divided by 0 यदि x को ठाउँमा हामीले 3 राख्ने हो भने we get 3 square means 9 and 9 to the 18 minus 18 0 and 3 minus 3 18 0 so it is 0 by 0 which is indeterminate form so for this type of question we can simplify this function by taking common now x minus 3 and if you solve this question 2 and this is x square minus 3 square that means x minus 3 x plus 3 divided by x minus 3 and we can cancel this and in the remaining question we should write down 3 in the place of x 2 times x को ठाउँमा हामी 3 राखौं 3 plus 3 so it is 6 and 6 to the 12 so our answer is 12 so limiting value of this function when x tends to 3 is 12 and another value is and functional value is for functional We have to also find the functional value. So for functional value, we should take the equal to sign. Functional value को लागि जहिले पनि equal sign हेर्नुपर्छ र यो equal sign को just corresponding value हामीसँग के छ र fx को value अब हामीले के चुज गर्नुपर्छ. So f of 3 is equal to it is k. It is given by question. Equal to को लागि हामीले चुज गर्ने function k नै हुन्छ. That's why if you put down x is equal to 3, then we get the value of y is k. When x is equal to 3, then the value of y becomes k. And by question, it is continuous, already continuous. So there is no doubt either it is continuous or discontinuous. It has already been given that it is continuous. That's why we can write down this is equal to this, because this limiting value and functional value should be equal for continuous function. That's why being continuous function at x is equal to 3, we can write down f3 is equal to limiting value of a of x. So continuous function x is equal to 3 मा continuous function भएको हुनाले functional value is equal to limiting value हुन्छ र यसमा भ्यालु राख्दा f3 को भ्यालु हाम्रो के छ र limiting value के छ हामीसँग 12 छ. So k is equal to 12 is the right answer. So this is our solution, and we have to find the value of k from this question. So in this way, this is equal to this. That means if you write down the value of this function and this function, we get the value of k. Okay, हामीसँग continuous function, a continuous or discontinuous function को त्यो टाइप को अर्को एउटा क्वेशन छ. यसमा हामीसँग क्लियरली हामी देख्छौं 3 टाइप्स अफ क्राइटेरिया अथवा कन्डिसन छ. एउटा लेस देन 5 को कन्डिसन, एउटा 5 सँग इक्वल हुँदाको कन्डिसन र एउटा 5 भन्दा यदि x को भ्यालु 5 भन्दा ठूलो छ भने fx कस्तो हुन्छ भन्ने कन्डिसन. So we have 3 types of functions over here. So this is the so that this function has removable discontinuity. यसमा continuous त आउँदै आउँदैन, discontinuous function आउँछ क्वेशन को अनुसार. discontinuous function सो गर्ने हो. यो discontinuous function पनि removable टाइप को discontinuous हो भनेर देखाउनु पर्यो. यसको लागि हामीसँग दुईटा टाइप को discontinuous हुन्छ. एउटा ordinary discontinuity. ordinary discontinuity मा दुईटा लिमिट को भ्यालु चाहिँ इक्वल हुँदैन. So we get two different value of limiting value. That means left hand limit ra right hand limit, they are completely different in the ordinary type of discontinuity. But this is the removable type of discontinuity. So for removable type of discontinuity, we have to show both limits are equal. Left hand limit ra right hand limit equal huncha, but the functional value is different. That means f of 5 is different. x5 राख्दा हाम्रो यो फंक्शन f5 हुन्छ र त्यसको भ्यालु डिफरेन्ट हुन्छ. दुईटा लिमिटिङ भ्यालु इक्वल भए पनि यसको फंक्शनल भ्यालु डिफरेन्ट भएको कारणले it becomes, or we can say that this is the type of removable discontinuity. So how to show in mathematically? Look at here. So first of all, find out the left hand limit. So this is left hand limit at x is equal to 5. यो point मा left hand limit के हुन्छ त? Is limit x tends to 5 minus fx. So this is the notation for left hand limit. So write down the value. Limit x tends to 5 minus. So which function is suitable over here? So fx, this is also fx, this is also fx, this is also fx. But we have to choose any one function for this value of x. So here is x is less than 5. 5 minus means it should be slightly less than 5. So x is less than 5. What is the condition? So here is the condition, x less than 5. So we have to choose this function for this place. So x is square plus 2. The functional value is this one. This value of this function is this one. according to this condition. X tends to 5 minus. So x को place में 5 रहता 5 square plus 2, 25 plus 2, 27. So this is the result obtained by left hand limit of this function. So similarly, we can find out left hand limit, right hand limit. So limit x tends to 5 plus fx is equal to limit x tends to 5 plus, and which function we are going to choose for this right hand limit? 5 plus means x is always greater than 5. So x is greater than 5 means this condition. So first of all, match the criteria, and for this criteria we have to choose this function. So for fx we can write down 3x plus 12, and if you put down the value, this one 3 into 5 plus 12, then 15 plus 20 means it is also 27. So this value and this value are equal. That means left hand limit and right hand limit are equal. And now functional value, for functional value what we will get? Now observe the value. So for functional value we can put directly 5, f5. यसमा लिमिट लेख्न पाइदैन, फंक्शनल भ्यालु को लागि अगाडि लिमिट नलेख्ने, डाइरेक्ट भ्यालु पुट गर्दिने। x को ठाउँमा 5 राख्दा के हुन्छ? दिस फंक्शन गिव्स द भ्यालु अफ 20 दिन्छ। x 5 हुँदा y को भ्यालु 20 हुन्छ भनेको हो। When x is equal to 5, then y is 20. That's why it is 20. So here we can see that here is 27, here is 27, but this value is only 20. So दुईटा लिमिट को भ्यालु इक्वल भएर फंक्शन को भ्यालु डिफरेंट भयो भने यस्तो टाइप को फंक्शन चाहिँ रिमुवेबल डिस्कन्टिन्युटी हो। Here we can see that limit x tends to 5 minus fx is equal to limit x tends to 5 plus fx. They are equal, but f of 5 is not equal. Both limit, this limit and this limit, they are equal, but functional value is not equal to this condition. So from this we can say that hence function fx is removable discontinuity at x is equal to 5 from this question. So this type of function is removable discontinuity, where we can find out both limits are equal but functional value is different. Such a condition, from such condition we can say that this is removable discontinuity at the given point. So in this way we can show the removable discontinuity at a specified point. So for this also we can find the left hand limit value, right hand limit and functional value. So look at after looking or observing limiting value and functional value, we can conclude like this. Okay, we can see the question, one of the question. So one of the function, so this function is defined as like this. So we have three conditions: x is less than 2, x is equal to 2, x greater than 2. So for x less than 2, we have to take this function 2x minus 3. For x is equal to 2, we have to take this function, and for x greater than 2, we have to take this function. So our question is the function continuous at x is equal to 2? Our specified point is 2, and at that point either this function is continuous or not. We have to check it. If not, if it is not continuous, then the question is how can we make it continuous function at the given point? दिएको पोइन्टमा यदि कन्टिन्युअस छैन भने यसलाई कन्टिन्युअस कसरी बनाउने? That is the problem. So as you know that, so for continuous we have to show left hand limit, right hand limit and functional value as the previous class or previous lecture. So dear student, first of all write down, find out the left hand limit at x is equal to 2 is x इक्वल टु 2 भन्ने पोइन्टमा लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट निकाल्दा कति आउँछ भ्यालु त्यो फाइन्ड गरौँ सो द नोटेसन इज x टेन्ड्स टु 2 माइनस our point is 2 so write down 2 minus for left hand side and find the value fx. The value should be either this one or this one or this one. So for this we have to go through this one, x less than 2. This means left hand side. So x is slightly less than 2. That means this condition is mapping here. So write down the corresponding function. So we have 2x minus 3. Now find the limiting value. 2 into 2 minus 3. So find the limit of this term. 2 to the 4, 4 minus 3 means it is 1. So similarly, we can find out the right hand limit at x is equal to 2 is. At the same point, also we have to find the right hand limit. And the notation for right hand limit is 2 plus of this function, given function. So write down the value. So function is, so it is the condition which is mapped for this right hand limit. X tends to 2 plus means it is greater than 2. That's why we have to take this function in this place, 3x minus 5. So write down the value, find out the limiting value of this function by substituting the value of x in this term. x को ठाउँमा 2 राखौं, यसलाई solve गर्दा again we get 1. And for functional value, now we are going to find the next value, functional value. These two are the limiting value and the next one is the functional value. So for functional value, we can write directly 2 in the place of x. x को ठाउँमा हामी direct 2 लेख्छौं. Functional value at x is equal to 2. So 2 राख्दाखेरि हामी equal लिन्छौं जहिले पनि. So write down, choose this option for functional value. So when x is equal to 2, then the value of fx is again 2. So write down 2. So here is 1, here is 1, and but here is 2. So write down, since limiting value of x tends to 2 minus fx, limiting value of x 2 plus fx, but it is not equal to f2. So given function fx is removable discontinuity. So given function is not continuous at x is equal to 2. This is the removable discontinuity. At x is equal to 2. यस्तो टाइपको डिस्कन्टिन्युटीलाई हामी रिमुवेबल डिस्कन्टिन्युटी भन्छौं, जुन चाहिँ जसको लागि दुईटा लिमिट बराबर हुन्छ तर फंक्शनल भ्यालु डिफरेन्ट हुन्छ. यो केसको डिस्कन्टिन्युटीलाई, यो टाइपको डिस्कन्टिन्युटीलाई we can say removable discontinuity at the given point. It is not continuous. So removable means now we can make it continuous function by removing certain term or by redefining the given function as follows. So for this we can find out like this. So remaining part of this question is this one. If it is not continuous, then how can the function be made continuous? So this is the question. So deal with this function. How can the function be made continuous at the given point? So for this, we have this solution. We can make it continuous function at x is equal to 2 by redefining above function fx as follows. हामीले यसलाई कन्टिन्युअस बनाउनको लागि x is equal to 2 मा कन्टिन्युअस बनाउनको लागि माथिको यो fx जुन क्वेशनमा दिएको छ यो क्वेशनलाई फेरि रिडिफाइन गर्न सक्छौं, अगेन रिडिफाइन गर्ने, त्यसो गर्दा it becomes continuous. So let's write how to redefine. So one of the function is this one, 2x minus 3 for x less than 2. This limiting left hand limit and right hand limit. Right hand limit means 3x minus 5. Both are equal. So this is left hand limit, this is right hand limit. यहाँबाट आउने लिमिट र यहाँबाट आउने लिमिटिङ भ्यालु दुईटै इक्वल हुन्छ, तर बीचको इक्वल हुँदैन। 2 को ठाउँमा हामी के लेख्छौं? It can be removed and it can be replaced by 1. यो 2 लाई 1 ले रिप्लेस गर्ने, and the condition is same for x is equal to 2. x 2 हुँदा y को भ्यालु चाहिँ 1 हुनु पर्यो, किनभने यहाँबाट पनि 1 आउँछ, यहाँबाट पनि 1 आउँछ। यदि हामीले यसको ठाउँमा यो 2 लाई हटाएर यसलाई रिडिफाइन गरेर 1 लेख्यौ भने all values becomes equal. सबै भ्यालु हाम्रो 1 हुन्छ र सबै 1 भएपछि all left hand limit, right hand limit र functional value equal हुनुको meaning के हो? It is continuous at the given point. So in this way we can redefine the above function, this question, यो question लाई हामी के गर्छौं? Redefine यो way बाट गर्छौं so that it becomes continuous. So this is our solution. Okay, we have the point, this question. Find the point of discontinuities of the function. We have provided this function and another question is this one. So for this function, what are the points where this function does not take any value, does not give any values, where the function is not defined? यो फंक्शन कुन पोइन्टमा डिफाइन हुँदैन अथवा कुन पोइन्टमा यो फंक्शनको भ्यालु आउँदैन, that point of discontinuity we are going to find. So for this, for the point of discontinuity or the function becomes discontinuous, the function becomes discontinuous when the denominator is equal to 0, when x minus 1 is equal to 0. This is the condition. कुनै पनि फंक्शन discontinuous हुनको लागि हाम्रो denominator 0 हुनुपर्छ. That is denominator. This is denominator of this function. Denominator should be 0. That means denominator. So this is numerator and this is denominator. So this should be equal to 0, equating with 0. So this is the condition for discontinuous. Numerator, whatever it may be, numerator माथि जस्तोसुकै भ्यालु आओस् मतलब छैन. We have to check it either denominator is 0 or not. यदि denominator 0 हुँदैन भने we'll get some solution, but if denominator is 0, then obviously it is discontinuous function. So from this we can calculate the value of x. So if we put down the value of x over 1 over here, then we get x is equal to 1. यो 1 लरे हेरेर राख्दिनुस् त, चेक गर्नुस्. 1 minus 1 0, 1 plus 1 2. 2 by 0 means it is infinity. So obviously this function becomes discontinuous. That's why, so the x is equal to 1 is the point of discontinuity. So this is the point where this function does not give any solution. That's why this is the required point of discontinuity. So this is the solution of number 1, this type question. So let's go to number 2. So this is the function and our main concern is denominator. So write down, if denominator is 0, then obviously this function again does not give any finite solution. That's why it becomes discontinuous. So for discontinuous, denominator should be 0. So write down the function is discontinuous when or if denominator is equal to plus 6x is equal to 0. The function is discontinuous when this denominator is equal to 0. Now, so to solve this, we can take out the x common, plus 6 is equal to 0. So either or, we can do either or. So either x is equal to 0, this is the product. We can see two factors from here. So one of the solution is x is equal to 0, or another solution is or x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. So factorize this term. So how to factorize? So x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. And if you take common from here, then we get this term. So it is x minus 3 and x minus 2. And from this, we get the value of 2 and 3. So this is one of the solution. One of the solution is this one. And these are two solutions of x. So in these points 0, 2 and 3, the function does not give any solution. So in these points the function becomes discontinuous. So write down, hence or so x is equal to 0, 2 and 3 are the required points of discontinuity. Required point of discontinuity. So these are the solutions 0, 2 and 3. If you put 0 over here in denominator as well as 2 and 3, and we can test the function either given by any values or not. We can check it out. So in this solution we can't find any solution of fx, or that means it becomes discontinuous. Okay, we have this question. So one of the function is given here. For different criteria, for less than 2 we have this function, x is equal to 2 we have this, and for x greater than 2 we have this function x minus 4. And our question is, verify that the limit of the function exists at x is equal to 2. यो function को limiting value exist हुन्छ कि हुँदैन verify गर्नुस् भनेको छ. We have to prove this one. So for existence of the limit exist हुनको लागि, we have to show left hand limit and right hand limit. If both values are equal, then we can say that limit of this function exists at the given point. Otherwise, limit does not exist. So we have to check it. And another question is the function fx continuous at x is equal to 2? Now we have to make it continuous as well. Continuous को लागि एउटा extra additional हाम्रो term यसमा use हुन्छ, that is functional value. So extra हामीले functional value पनि limiting value सँग equal बनाउन सक्यौं भने अथवा भयो भने it becomes continuous. So we have to check, verify गर्नुपर्ने term हो यो. यदि continuous छैन भने state how can you make it continuous. Continuous छैन भने यसलाई कसरी continuous बनाउने भन्ने question चाहिँ हाम्रो main question हो. So step by step we can solve it by observing its left hand limit and right hand limit. So let's go to left hand limit. So left hand limit at x is equal to 2 each. So let's write the notation 2 minus of fx. So we can read as limiting value of fx when x tends to 2 from left hand side. So limit x tends to 2 minus. So for this place we have to choose this function because here is x less than 2. यसको meaning x tends to 2 minus को meaning x is less than 2 हो, 2 भन्दा सानो हो, र 2 भन्दा सानो option हामीसँग यहाँ छ, र यसको लागि we should take this one. So 2 minus x square. Now find the value of this function by putting this limiting value. 2 minus 2 square, that means minus 2. So one of the limiting value is minus 2. So now we have to find right hand limit at x is equal to 2 is, now this is right hand limit, x tends to 2 plus, this is the notation or representation for right hand limit, and fx is equal to limit x tends to 2 plus, and for fx we have to choose this one because x is greater than 2. X 2 plus means it should be greater than 2. So for this we have to choose this function fx is equal to this one. So for fx we have to write down x minus 4, and substituting this limiting value 2 minus 4 means it is again minus 2. And for functional value, no, here we have to check it, limit exist or not. This limiting of the value is exist or not. So we can write down the reason, since limiting value of x tends to 2 minus fx is equal to limiting value of x tends to 2 plus fx is equal. दिएको फंक्शन को लेफ्ट हैंड लिमिट र दिएको फंक्शन को राइट हैंड लिमिट, they are equal. That's why the limit of the function is exist. So limit of fx exists at x is equal to 2. लिमिट एक्जिस्ट हुनको लागि लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट र राइट ह्यान्ड लिमिटको भ्यालु बराबर हुनुपर्छ. जस्तो कि हामीले यहाँ -2 र -2 देख्यौं, दुवै बराबर छ, त्यसैले दिएको फंक्शनको लिमिटिङ भ्यालु exists. And let's go to another question. Now we have to check the continuous. So for continuous we have to check for functional value. So what is the functional value? Now for functional value we have to write down this equal to, that means directly we can write f2 x को प्लेस में हामी डाइरेक्ट 2 लेख्छौं, इक्वल टू लेख्नु पर्छ फंक्शन भ्यालु को ठाउँमा फंक्शनल भ्यालु को लागि. So for this function, for this value, the y should be or fx should be 3. So write down 3 directly. So is this continuous? This is our question. So we can see left hand limit, right hand limit, both are equal, but functional value is different. That's why the function is discontinuous, not continuous. So as limiting value, both limiting value are equal, x tends to 2 plus fx is not equal to f2, this f2. So function fx is not continuous at x is equal to 2. x is equal to 2 मा यो फंक्शन कंटिन्युअस छैन. यसको लागि रिजन हामीसँग यो छ, लिमिटिङ भ्यालु र राइट एन्ड left hand limit, right hand limit, they are equal, but functional value is not equal. So it is not continuous at x is equal to 2. Last question is this one. State how can we make it continuous? यसलाई कसरी continuous बनाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने our question, our main concern is. So for this we can make it continuous. We can make it continuous function at x is equal to 2 by redefining above function as follows. माथिको यो दिएको फंक्शनलाई हामीले फेरि रिडिफाइन गर्नुपर्छ कन्टिन्युअस बनाउनको लागि. र रिडिफाइन कसरी गर्ने? So fx is equal to, here is 2 minus x square for x less than 2. and here is x minus 4 for x greater than 2. हाम्रो दुवै लिमिटिङ भ्यालुहरु लेस देन र ग्रेटर देन बाट आउँछ. यहाँबाट लेफ्ट ह्यान्ड लिमिट आउँछ, यहाँबाट we get right hand limit. Both are equal, but this functional value is not equal. X is equal to 2 को लागि जुन functional value छ 3, यसको ठाउँमा हामी के गर्छौं, यहाँ चाहिँ -2 लेख्छौं, किनभने यसबाट पनि हाम्रो लिमिटिङ भ्यालु -2 आएको थियो, यसबाट पनि -2 आएको थियो. So this can be eliminated and replaced by -2. यदि हामीले यो फंक्सनलाई यसरी रिडिफाइन गर्यौं भने obviously we get the continuous function. So this can be removed by eliminating over here and write down -2, because its limit is -2 and its limit is again -2. So make it equal. Equal बनाउनको लागि यसमा पनि -2 लेख्ने. यति गरेपछि this function becomes continuous function.